Ross Houston, how are we, buddy?
Yes, my man. How you doing?
Yeah, finally got there, buddy. It's always the way, isn't it, with Facebook? We get these issues, but we get there in the end. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it's been a while since we did this. So I think I remember last time it had to be on the iPhone, so I had my laptop out, and
Yeah,
I think it was commenting as my MMA page, So I switched it all up. But here we are, man.
yeah. Here we are, buddy.
Job's a
And
good one.
it's been a few months since we spoke. Like you said, I think we last did one of these a couple of days after your title win against Paterno. So it's been a good few months, I would say. What have you been up to?
You know what? Since that last fight, I had a wee while off. We opened up our new gym, so we separated from SBG, not on any bad terms at all. Just to kind of make our own name up in the Highlands, and we moved from our old gym to our new gym. A lot bigger, so there's a lot of work to be done. It's called HMAC, Highland Martial Arts Centre. So I was pretty busy with that, to be honest. And then obviously it's Christmas time, so I enjoyed myself then. And then before you know it, you're into 2019, and then that's about it, really. I've just been training hard.
Yeah, let the diet go a little bit over Christmas, did you?
Yeah, I think I was up to 95 at one point.
Yeah, so closer to the middleweight then, I suppose, at that weight for yourself.
Exactly. Middleweights, watch out.
Yeah. And what's it been like opening a gym and everything, Ross? I know obviously you were doing a lot of work with SBG, as you said, but what's it like sort of branching out on your own? A lot of work, or?
Yes, it's meant to be honest. I'm just thinking after I've done my career and all that, I kind of like, I think because up in Inverness we're about 3 hours away from any like major civilization. So I thought,
Yeah.
you know what, we're better off building our own kind of brand up here, because we've got some good guys and all that. And it's like I said, selfish, yeah, but I'm looking out for the Highlands and Inverness and all that, and building up our own brands, man. So it's going from strength to strength, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the future.
Yeah. So let's get into it then straight away. Obviously, you won the belt back last year. Epic fight. I think one of the best title fights I've seen for a long, long time. So a great fight. You took the belt, and then obviously you picked up a little bit of an injury, I think, and you've had to sit out for a while. Now, in that time, you've got Nicholas Dalby's come along. He fought Alex Lahore and took an interim belt. First of all, what was your thoughts on the interim belt being made, and what did you actually make of that fight between Lahore and Dalby out in Denmark?
You know what? I wasn't injured. I said to cage riders, I'm not defending my belt in Denmark.
Right.
So I think they said that. You know what? I was like Lahore and Dalby can fight each other, and I'll smash the winner, man. So and they were both like, oh, you don't get to make the rules, man. But that's the way it turned out anyway, man. So
Yeah.
Dalby.
It definitely came out that
Dalby.
came out that you were injured, didn't it?
I think it did, but I had, I had the belt, man, and like I said, I was busy opening up the gym, and I'd had a heavy fight, so I thought, I was holding the cards, so the belt doesn't really bother me at all, man. I see it as like a plastic fake belt, so it doesn't bother me, but Dalby's holding that at all. To be honest, I'm not even thinking about the belt with this fight. I'm just thinking about me against Dalby as a fight, the belt doesn't bother me too much.
Yeah. So a little bit of fake news coming out maybe there then about the injury type. I'm sure
fake news.
Yeah.
It's funny though, man. I said they can fight each other, or I'll smash the winner, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. What did you think of that fight, Ross, between Dalby and Lahore?
I think Lahore was a good human punch bag. He stood in the centre with his hands up and just got beaten up for 4 rounds, man. Fair play to him. He's a tough kid, but I think he made Dalby look better than he is. Obviously it was a good finish. Lahore was swinging at the same time Dalby was swinging, but I think I've seen Lahore. He's quite a small welterweight, so I think he was getting bullied a bit, and Dalby likes to put that pressure on people and try and bully him, man. But I can tell you now, it's not going to happen when I fight him. I'm going to put the pace on him, and I'll become the bully.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously Dalby won that, took the interim belt, and now we're coming to next month, June 29th, Cage Warriors Night of Champions. It's an amazing card, isn't it? There's a good few title fights on there. What does it mean to you to be a part of this epic card, Ross?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, to be honest. There's some high level fighters on there. yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, I don't know where I'll be on the card. I think I'll probably be later on, so I don't know if I'll be able to watch too many of them or enjoy too many of them. You know, but I'll definitely watch them back on the Sunday. You know, it's just because some good fights and all that. But to be honest, it doesn't. Like I said, the occasion doesn't really bother me too much. The fact that it's I've got the belt, he's got the interim title doesn't bother me. You know, we could be fighting anywhere, man. I've just got my focuses on Dalby and beating him.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, let's get into that. And what do you make of Dalby as a fighter? You know, he's been in the UFC. He's the interim champion now. How do you sort of see him as an opponent stylistically?
Yeah, I think he's got a high work rate. Obviously, he's a striker. You know, I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure that out. You know, so he's got a good array of striking weapons. So you know that's obviously going to be a new challenge. But you know, it's a challenge I welcome, man, and I'm looking forward to dismantling him. But yeah, he's a good guy. You're not going to sit here and say he's crap. He's obviously a good fighter. I think he's probably the better of the fighters that I faced. But it's not going to make any difference because I always raise my game and rise up to the occasion. I kind of potter along in training and sparring and all that, but on fight night, like I've said, you know, we've been speaking for a good about 2 or 3 years now, Lewis. On fight night, I tell you, man, my mental game is stronger than anyone on the planet, and it doesn't matter who you're going to put in front of me, I'm going to smash him, and that's going to be no different against Dalby. I'm going to get in there, I'm going to take him out, and then I'll be in the big leagues.
Yeah, no, you've said it a few times, and I mean, you said the thing that everyone is putting in the comments, the big leagues. Now we've got a few comments from James Hamilton. Peter Knox is saying rumor the winner goes to the UFC. James Hamilton has said, "Do you see this as not only a defense of your belt, but a fight for a UFC contract?" I mean, what I was going to say is there's actually a card coming up in Denmark in September. Copenhagen.
Yeah, I tweeted Dalby and asked if he's going to buy a ticket, come support me for my debut.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, do you see it as that though? Because you know, if you look at the card, you've got Dalby versus yourself, a British fighter versus a Danish fighter. You've got Dean Truman versus Mads Bernal, a British fighter versus a Danish fighter. You've then got a big Danish card coming up tail end of the year. Do you think there is a couple of UFC contracts on offer here for the winners?
I'd say so. You know, I think once I beat Dalby, there's no one left for me outside UFC to beat at welterweight in Europe. So, you know, and so yeah, I guess so, man. I can't see what more I can do. You know, I'm beating all these guys, and Dalby's came back up the ranks, and I'm going to beat him as well. So, you know, I think UFC's after this, but you know, I'm not going to look past this fight. I'm confident I'm going to win, but I'm not looking past it. I'm going to beat Dalby, and then we'll see what offers come up.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the rest of the division, I think just in the past few days they've also announced that Aaron Khalid is going to be fighting Lahore on this card, which is another incredible fight from that division. Are you expecting a shout out? I mean, if Khalid gets that win, are you expecting a shout out from him for another shot at you and a chance at the belt?
You know what? I like Aaron, man. You know, I like him a lot. So I'm glad that he's came back and he's worked back up the rankings. But I don't think our paths are gonna cross again. I don't think he wants our paths to cross again, to be honest. But we'll see. I can't see that happening, man. Yeah, I like Aaron. We'll get a drink together after we both take care of business. June 29th.
Yeah. So we've got another question coming in from Colin Merriweather, who's saying, seen some real trash talk between you and Dalby. How much of that is total dislike between the two of you?
I don't know the guy, to be honest. No comment, you know, but he's standing in my way. You know, the way I look at it, you know, these people say it's a sport, but, you know, there's best part of 10 years of my life was sacrificed for this. So if you think another man's going to come in the cage and step between me and, like, realising my dreams, you know, they're going to get taken out and they're going to get hurt, man. So I don't really care about the whole, like, you know, I think you know what, I get the impression, I think he wants to be friends and kind of tone it down a bit, because I think he's the type of dude who kind of, like, he'll want to touch gloves every 2 seconds and be friendly, so then he gets relaxed. And next thing, he's throwing a shin to your jaw, man. So I'm like, nah, screw that. Yeah, that's not my style, you know. like I said, nothing against the guy, man, but he's in my way, man. So if anyone who's in my way is getting taken out, it's personal to me in terms of like my the sacrifices I've made.
Yeah, no,
So I'm
definitely.
willing to go to deep waters, man. I'm going to drag him into deep waters and take him out.
Yeah, I think you've definitely proved you can do that now in your last fight as well. Obviously, you went the full 5 rounds. Didn't do it the easy way either. You had to sort of overcome a few obstacles there, taking a big shot and coming back. Is that something that you feel has really changed you as a person since that last win?
Yeah, what I said in another interview, I think I gained a lot of fights with that fight. I gained a lot of fans with that fight, but I lost a lot of brain cells, So yeah, you have to I have to balance up the pros and cons. To be honest, that was a crap fight performance from me. My biggest win, but my worst performance. I don't want to say and make excuses. Everyone's had niggles and all that, but I had a lot of problems going on leading into that fight. I might get into it. I felt it was a crap performance, so I'm kind of glad now. I think any of my future opponents watch that fight and they think, I'm going to fight like that. They got another thing coming, man. But like I said, I've shown that I finish people fast. I've gone the distance and come back from adversity. So I think I'm a nightmare matchup for anyone. I'm just going to put the pace on and just bully him around the cage.
Yeah. Speaking of being a nightmare matchup for anyone, Peter Knox has asked, who would be if you were signed for the UFC now, who would be your ideal opponent starting off for a debut?
Mickey Gall.
Mickey Gall, yeah?
Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall, Jago Sanchez, and then Mike Perry.
I mean, 3 very good fighters.
That's a hat-trick.
Three
all in 2020.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, that's going to happen.
They're all popular guys as well, Ross. So if you do that, you might be getting a few quid as well for wins over those guys, do you think?
Exactly, and you know what? I've been speaking about it with my dad and my mates past few weeks. It's not even about the money, because I got offered some contracts from other promotions. Obviously, I'm tied down with Cage Warriors, and I want to be in Cage Warriors because it's the number one. But it's never been about the money. If that comes, it comes, man. It's been about getting those black UFC gloves. So that's going to be like a what's a bit Dalby and I've got a pair of the black UFC gloves, man. That's going to be words won't be able to describe it, man. That's a whole lot of work gone into that, and a lot of support along the way, man. I've got a good team around me, but that's going to be a life-changing moment. Yeah. Just kind of like for myself, for my team and family, when that happens, and it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's very close for you now. I mean, we saw just recently, obviously, Jack Shaw. He was in the same position as you. He got his first title defense, and now he's signed. So it is very close for you now, isn't it? Yeah,
man. I was happy for Jack. I started off my Cage Warriors career in fighting Dane Morgan in Wales, and obviously I fought in Wales a lot of time, man. It's like my second home. Yeah. He's fighting down there, So I like Jack and his dad Richard. I get on from well. Obviously, I was glad to see him and Scott Malone, because I'm good mates with Scott Malone as well, fight each other. But that's just the nature of the sport. They're the two top bantamweights, So that if you're winning, man, that's just what the nature of the sport, I guess, man. So yeah, man. But I'm happy for Jack, and you know what? I think he's gonna tear it up in UFC.
Yeah, definitely. Got Glenn Williams. Let's see, Glenn Williams is dropping a comment. Obviously, Glenn, one of your teammates has fought Glenn down in Port Albert. He said, you talk about giving Inverness its own martial arts academy. Do you see a big show like Cage Warriors going to the Highlands anytime soon, and how much would you love it if that happened?
Yeah, that'd be class. Cage Warriors Inverness. You know what? I think it would. I can't see that happening. I don't think when I'm like to people, you should come up to Inverness and train with us. I think they just think like Glasgow and Edinburgh, but you get to Glasgow and then you've got you've got a road called the A9 that you have to travel up, man. We're in the back arse of nowhere, so I can't imagine Cage Warriors doing that. You know what? They go to these funky countries, but they just dodge Scotland for some reason, Do
you think it would gain much sort of ticket sales up there in Scotland, the Cage Warriors event?
100%, and I think it'd be fair, if you look at the likes, I think if you look at the likes of, obviously they're absolute killers. You look at Jack Shaw and Paddy Pimblett, they're, if you've got a Cage Warriors in your hometown, in your backyard, your profile is going to go up massively, you know, because the
Yeah.
shows are like on your doorstep, you know. So yeah, I think it would definitely promote a lot of Scottish fighters, man. There's a lot of killers come through the ranks as well, man. So if that happens, it'd be absolutely mint. But you know what? I've called for it a few times, and you know I've tried to do my bit for the Scottish MMA, getting it up in Scotland, but I don't think it'll happen, man. And now I'm kind of like, you know what? I've just got to do my own thing, man. I'm gonna take out Dalby, then like I said, into the big leagues.
Yeah, definitely. And how's your preparation been going for this one, Ross? I saw on your Instagram the other day you were down with the Edwards brothers, Leon Edwards and Fabian Edwards. Obviously, they both compete in UFC and Bellator as well. What's it been like sort of training with those guys and the caliber of opponents like that?
Yeah, it's been really cool. I've done a few fight camps down in Renegade now. You know, I like it down there. They're a real nice, nice bunch of guys and absolute killers. You know, so I learn a lot off them every time I go down. I think obviously Fabian's just knocking people out. Leon's doing things at the top of the top level in world MMA. You know, so they're smart fighters as well, man. So I always pick up a few things off them, and I'm comfortable down there. I like the training. To be honest, you know what? This has been I've had to have a couple of like 2 or 3 days breaks for this camp because I kind of there was a UFC Prague about a couple months back, and there was a pullout. I can't mind who it was, but we put our name forward for it and did like a short 3-week training camp for that, and then that fell through. They called up some Russian guy. You know, I was just hoping, trying to get ready in 3 weeks, and then there was UFC London. You know, so I was just tweeting saying if there's any welterweight or middleweight pullouts, I'll do that. So I did like it was like a solid 6-week training camp for that. I went down and sparred with Till. Then I went down to sparred with Leon before the UFC London, but obviously it wasn't to be, man. I didn't get a call up for that. So that was like 9 weeks, and then I got told about the Dalby fight, and it was quite unusually far out. It was like 13 or 14 weeks out from the fight, man. So it's almost been like a 20 week fight camp, to be honest. So I've had a few days off here and there, just to get that mental rest more than anything, you know. But I'm fit, man. I'm fit. I'm strong. I'm sharp just now, and feeling mentally stronger than ever.
Yeah, brilliant. And what's your prediction for this fight, Ross? I know you don't always like to give one, but how do you see this one going?
I think I'll submit him in the second round.
Strong prediction. Very strong prediction. So yeah, second round sub we're going for. I'm gonna just read a few questions. Obviously, you've got a big fan base, Ross. Got a lot of people asking questions from you. MMA Scotland has said Ross to headline the next UFC Glasgow. So big shout out to those guys. We've got the Conor McGregor tribute page who said you should celebrate with some proper 12 when you win.
I never tried it. My dad my dad collects every whiskey you can think of. I think he's actually got a bottle of proper 12, but he never drinks them, you know. So they're kind of like sitting up in his attic. A small fortune up there.
Conor McGregor fan page. If Ross wins, send him a free bottle so he can have a couple of glasses when he wins.
Oh yes.
Get that sorted out. Conor McGregor fan page, whoever you are. Colin Merriweather is saying, why do you think there are no fight of the night bonuses in Cage Warriors? And if why should there be?
You tell me, man. I guess it's down to whoever owns the company and their bank balance.
Do you think there should be bonuses like with the UFC?
It depends. You know what? I don't know. Like, you know, I don't think Bellator would do it. I don't know about like KSW or Cage Warriors. I don't know. I don't think there's many promotions that do it other than UFC. So I don't. You know what? Cage Warriors offers the best exposure. If like proper fighters, want to get to, well, not proper fighters, but if a fighter wants to get to UFC and they're in Europe, you want to fight in Cage Warriors. The money might not be as good as some promotions, but it depends. You know, you take the short term sacrifice for the long term. Long-term goal, man. So you've just got to weigh it up, man. But everyone's in different positions financially, so it can be hard to like if there's a big bag of money put in front of you, kind of like you got to take it, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Christopher Andrew asks, what was the scariest, the journey through the Beast from the East down to Newport, or the journey home from on top?
Oh man, that was nuts. Yeah, definitely on top, man. I was free. Oh yeah, that was another story, man. That's yeah. What happened there? We were all just out ahead a bit on the way back from on top, man. We kind of I think we got back to Perth. You know, that's only like an hour away from where the the venue was, man, and we were all kind of like tripping out. Probably me more than anyone, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think they announced the we were kind of like watching. I think that Lena girl was announcing. She was announcing like it was Cage Warriors Copenhagen that night,
Yeah.
and she was like, Ross Houston, I hope you're watching because Dalby's coming here, and I'm there out my head just watching it. Like, I didn't know what day of the week it was, man. So yeah, definitely on top. That was my last night out, by the way. That was a good 14 weeks away. 14 weeks ago.
Yeah. So none of them for the last couple of weeks though. So.
Oh man, that couple of months.
Martial arts and fitness clubs asked, what's the most effective discipline to practice in MMA?
Say again, sorry, Lewis.
Martial art and fitness club asks, what is the most effective discipline to practice in MMA?
Effective discipline.
Yeah.
You know, I guess wrestling in terms of strict MMA, because then you know once you start to get the other tools. You know what? Because I think a wrestler, you know, obviously to dictate where it goes. You want to keep the fight standing. You need wrestling defense. You want to get the fight to the ground. You need your wrestling offense, and even like the obviously you need your jiu-jitsu fundamentals. But you know, trying to submit so many strong wrestlers is easier said than done. You know, because they're just like that strong posture and like posterior chain, and then obviously once they learn to strike, because they're, you know, you look at your likes of Tyron Woodley, you know, these wrestlers and all that, because of their hammies and glutes and backs are that strong. When they learn to throw a 1-2, man, you're gonna be knocked out for a few months. You know, they got a fair bit of power behind them.
Yeah,
so wrestling,
yeah, wrestling is the answer to that one. MMA Academy. And then last question, then Ross, one from me, because I know we got a big UFC card coming up on the weekend. I know you like to keep up with the fights. Tony Ferguson and Cowboy Cerrone. It's a fight that I'm absolutely ecstatic for. I want to see this one for a long time. I think it's a great matchup. How do you see that fight going? Can I get your prediction for that one?
I reckon Tony Ferguson round 4 TKO.
Yeah.
Or submission. Yeah. I think.
No, I think it's 3 rounds. I think. Yeah. I think it's 3 rounds.
Ah, right. Yeah, I think Tony Ferguson. I don't know. He's had a few. His head's been a bit messed up lately, hasn't it?
I think so, and Cowboys on his tear as well.
Yeah, I think Tony Ferguson, to be honest. I think Cowboy's been on fire, but I think there's certain people who can rattle him a bit, and I think Tony Ferguson like rattling him mentally, which is a massive part of the game. You know, I don't know, the Cowboys may be better than him before that, but like I keep saying, man, it's different on fight night, and I think Tony Ferguson's a bit of a badass.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Consistent badass on fight nights. So I think, third round, TKO. Ferguson.
Yeah, Colin Merriweather's saying Cowboy round 3, so he's disagreeing. I'm agreeing with you, Ross. I'm going for Tony as well. So I think it's going to be a hell of a fight, though, and I can't wait for that one. Joshua Robert Griffin is asking, ask Ross, will he do the fisheye celebration when he beats Dalby?
Yeah, I think Dalby will be doing the fisheye when I choke him unconscious. That's about it.
What is the fisheye celebration?
It's been a while. I think it's just when you're looking out the corner of your eye. It's kind of like I just, you know, when a fish is out of the water and they're kind of like just looking up at you like, why have you done this to me? I think that's gonna be Dalby looking at me, and I'll be like, bro, it's nothing personal, man. You're just in my way.
So that's gonna be Dalby, Joshua doing the fisheye, not Ross. But yeah, Ross, obviously really grateful for your time this evening, buddy. Obviously, always love having you on. Always great to have a chat. Huge fight coming up for you on a huge card. Anyone you want to give a shout out to? Friends, fans, sponsors, or even your opponent if you want to?
Yeah, man. Thanks, first and foremost, thanks to all my sponsors and all that who've helped me out. Couldn't do it without you. They're getting that exposure on the fight night, my t-shirt and my banner and that. Big shout out to all the team at HMAC. You know, everyone's chipped in for this fight camp. You know, I haven't been doing a lot of coaching for this fight, or cornering, you know, because obviously the team's got behind me because it's a big fight. So cheers to all the guys, and you know, like being understanding and getting behind me, man, and all my friends, family, girlfriend, everything, man. my main man Kamchenk. I've got my good mate Ash Park, who's from where I grew up. He's going to be in my corner for this as well, man. So that'll be cool. You know, because I'm fight night. I'm all about just being comfortable and chilled out, man. The hard work's done, you know. So we have a laugh. There's absolutely zero pressure on us on fight night. We go in there, and I'm like, I don't care, man. I'm gonna get in there, have some fun. I know I'm gonna do the business and enjoy the experience, man. And
Yeah.
you know, it's just unfortunate for Dalby.
Yeah. No, I've seen you like at a couple of different events now, walking around. You always have a little walk around the arena, and you're like the calmest man in the place. So it always amazes
Well,
me when I see you doing that.
You know what? I think like, you know, we train like what 6 days a week, pretty much every week of the year to be in this situation. So you know, I don't see any reason to be nervous. No one's forcing me to do this. I've done it all by my own choice. You know what? Absolutely no pressure, man. Enjoy it, because you'll be looking back in 10 years' time at this. I'll be like, yeah, that was class, man. So that's the exact attitude I'm going with this fight, man. And but obviously, I'm enjoying it, relaxed, man. But not too relaxed. And if shit hits the fan again, man, then you know, I'm ready to scrap. But you know, we're gonna see a much better performance and like I said, round 2 submission win for me.
Yeah. Well, Ross, we can't wait to see you, buddy. And all the best for fight night, and we'll catch you down there in London. Okay.
See you there, bro. Good speaking to you.
Thanks, Ross. Cheers, buddy.